Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're not in Indiana. We're actually on a Viking River cruise, headed down the Rhine right now, just south of or just coming out of the Middle Rhine Valley, which is a World UNESCO Heritage Site. A lot of castles and things. I'm along here on vacation. Thought I would bring you along, create a video here, but I didn't bring along my camera equipment like I normally do. What I brought along was what a lot of people travel with, just an iPhone. No video camera, no anything, just my iPhone, and that's it. See if I could come up with some images, see what's here, see what I could do with it. So I'm gonna, continuously on this cruise find hopefully a couple of shots, and we'll get back to you and talk about it, so you can get a chance to see what it's like to take travel images while you're traveling on a Viking River cruise down the Rhine, and then on the Main and the Main-Danube Canal, and then the Danube here for the next week and a half that we still have left. So stay tuned. Alright, so we're still out on the Viking River cruise. Today we are on the Danube, sailing from Regensburg to Passau. Been taking pictures all along, little things here and there with the iPhone, done a little bit of videos and stuff. I'll put it all together. Let's talk a little bit here for a second about travel photography. Alright, when you're on one of these things, you don't really have a lot of opportunity to plan. All right, you're not necessarily going to be out during the best time of the day for best light and things like that when it comes to photographs. So you got to kind of work, around the schedule and just take advantage of what you can. All right, so do the best you can given what's out there. So if I flip this around, shut it off and turn it back around so you can see what I'm looking at now. All right, so we're sailing along here on the Danube River, and we're just right about sunset time, and it's really hard to get good light. So for the last 4 days I haven't been able to get up here on the top deck at all to take advantage of any light, and there really hasn't been any. It was a little bit last night, and there seems to be more tonight. All right, so as you can see here, the light's really nice behind me tonight. Again, when you're on a Viking River cruise or anything with a schedule like this, take advantage of the opportunity when it's there. You can see the light behind me. I've been taking a few images. If you can, you work in a foreground element. If you can't, don't worry about it. Just shoot what looks good to you. Take advantage of the opportunity. You're not going to get, an opportunity every single moment to get a great shot with great light. It's just not going to happen because you're on their schedule, and a lot of it's during the middle of the day. So you just kind of take a great image, something feels good to you, and let it go. Like tonight, though, you can see the sky's pretty darn spectacular. So you can take some images there, and I'll post some here at the end. And when we get through this video, I'll end here, and come back here after I take a few images and pick you up somewhere farther along the line here in this cruise. So stay tuned. So, another day on the Danube River and Viking River cruise. So, lesson for when you take one of these cruises, be flexible. Things happen. Yesterday we had to spend the day in a town that we weren't, from a docking standpoint, that we wasn't even on the schedule because a freighter ship or cargo ship got stuck on the bottom in the channel of the river for several hours, so it's put us behind, and so they had to bus us yesterday to where we were supposed to be, and then today we're not really sure what we're going to do because we're going to make up time. So if you're going to do one of these cruises, make sure that you understand you're going to need to be flexible, because things do happen. Nothing to get worked up about. Viking does a great job of taking care of things. They'll take care of you and everything that needs to be taken care of. Just recognize that things do happen. Alright, so back on the photography side of things. You know, when you're traveling and shooting with an iPhone, and that's all you've got, so how do you get good images? We've talked about that in some of the things already, but most important thing, again, I always say this, is to shoot what looks good to you. Find something that looks good to you, then turn around, and then start thinking about how you can build the different elements in. Now, there's, how do you put it in words? Like this morning, you can tell, it's pretty sunny, blue sky, so you don't really have great light. We're on the river, as you can see here, as you look behind me, see we're on the river, and we're sailing along. So you can sail along and just look for things. Now, one of the biggest problems you run into besides the light is people being in the image. So what I try to do is I try to wait until it clears out quite a bit, so there's not a lot of people in my images whenever I'm trying to take a picture of something. Sometimes that's hard to do, so if it looks good, I'll take the image anyway. Other times I may not take it at all. It just depends. All right, again, we're coming around a corner here, but I don't know if there's anything really worth shooting at this particular moment. Later today there will be, as we go through I think it's called the Viking Valley of Austria. There'll be a few things to take images of, and I'll try to maybe make a video while I'm doing that a little bit later today, so stay tuned. Alright, so we're approaching the small town of Dürnstein, I think it's called, here in Austria, with the abbey, and then there's a castle, ruins of a castle up here on the hill that where they kept Richard the Lionheart at one time. It's all destroyed, but it kind of all works together, so I'm trying to take an image of it and plan it out. So I'm going to turn the image around here and let you see what I'm looking at. So now you can see, what we're looking at. I'll zoom in a little better. You can see the castle up here to my left, up there. All right. You can see Dürnstein and the Abbey there in the light blue. Again, the light's behind me right now, so that makes the image, at least the light on the town better. But you can also tell, if you look here, you can see the shadows and things. So it makes it kind of difficult. Actually, this is during dinner time. I was actually down having dinner and ran up here to take an image of this because I think it's a pretty neat place. If you look back up the hill here, you can also see the vineyard. This is wine country, in Austria. So I'm going to take a few images here and I'll add them in. Stay tuned. Alright, so I think this is where I'm going to end this Viking cruise video. You can see here behind me, this is one of many Holocaust monuments you find all across Europe. We're in Budapest. We're on the Pest side of the city. The Buda side is behind me. If you're looking real close, you can see Fisherman's Bastion. Now, this is the Iron Shoes Monument. Basically what took place here was Jews were brought down at the riverside, told to remove their shoes. They were shot, killed, and then their shoes were taken. Shoes at that time were considered to be very valuable. So I think about 2004, they put these iron shoes up. It's pretty impressive. So I'm going to end here. Took a couple images here. I'll put one in here at the end. As always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and get outside and enjoy life. So see you again next video. Stay safe. Well, the sun is setting here in Budapest on the last night of our trip. Tomorrow morning we'll be getting up early and flying home. I know I ended the video earlier, down at the Iron Shoe Memorial, but I thought I would You know, come back just so you can kind of get a chance to see what the city looks like as it starts to get dark. You know, because it does get, you know, pretty well lit up, but it is truly a sight to behold. As you can see, the sun is setting over my shoulders now. What I forgot to talk about earlier was just a little bit about the Viking cruise one more time. I just want to reiterate, you know, these things are incredible. They really are. Yeah, there's a few issues here and there. Things can happen. All right, but at the end of the day, as long as you're a little bit flexible and a little bit understanding, you're going to have a great time, meet great people, see incredible places. You know, and this is one of them right here. You know, it's the second time I've been here. I was here in 2019. I'm back again. Enjoy the heck out of this place. You know, so if you haven't seen it, look it up. But the pictures, you know, of this place, you know, lit up at night is truly spectacular. You know, I'm not going to get a chance to do that because I got to leave pretty early in the morning, so I'm going to, you know, go to bed here pretty quickly. But I did want to just throw in, you know, a little bit of, you know, what it looks like as the sun is setting. You got Lady Liberty up here on the hill behind me. That's a monument, actually to the Soviets, believe it or not, and it faces the Soviet Union. Yeah, but they call it Lady Liberty, and it's still up there. I think it's the only monument they left in its place, you know, from that era. So, you know, again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You know, stay tuned for additional videos. You know, I'll keep working on them, keep putting them out, and try to get better at each and every one of them. You know, thanks for coming along. Until next time, stay safe.